Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know a lot of times in my videos I'm showing a lot of guard moves and things that guards can do in workouts, but I definitely wanted to add a video that demonstrates some post moves. Now, I think this is good for your post players or your bigger kids, but I definitely, wouldn't hesitate to make your guards do these types of drills or these types of moves as well. Because again, you never know who could grow, who could develop, or when you might have a mismatch for your guards to post up a smaller player. So again, I think this is good for all players, but it's a great way to work on post moves and scoring around the basket. Then later on in the workout, we will add some live play, some one-on-one or some three-on-three, depending on how many players you have in the workout. But again, these are all moves that you can do around the basket. It's really going to get your players to be a little bit more patient and decisive with the ball instead of having their mind just made up and going straight into a move. So we will work on moves with our back to the basket where we're sealing and using our body to create the shot or sealing the defense. And then we will work on moves where the defense is playing behind and you have to face up, read the defense, and make a move as you face the basket. Now this first move, we are just working on sealing up the lane. So if the defense is on that high side, sealing up the lane, giving that passer a target hand. I think a lot of getting the ball in the post is your body language and how hard you're sealing. Demand the ball. We really talk, to our guards. If that guy's not giving you a target hand or you don't feel comfortable, obviously we don't want a turnover from the passer. So we tell our post players or our guys that are posting up, a lot of getting the ball in the post is going to be, your sealing, you're giving the passer a target, and then your ability to really demand the ball and really show that body language that you're ready to score. Now we'll work on an up and under move. So now, the defense is on the high side. They're trying to beat you to that low spot, and you give them an up and under, a shot fake to score. So having counter moves is important in the post. Having a move you can go to if they take away your first option. So don't underestimate that shot fake or that ball fake. And then again, we want to teach our players to be efficient with their dribbles. In the post, again, unless you're just one-on-one and there's no help, a lot of times you're not going to be able to take a ton of dribbles. So we want to be able to score in, maximum 2 dribbles. We try to keep it to 1 dribble or no dribbles on our moves. But again, they're working on sealing and playing off the defense. If the defense is on the high side, fake and go to the low side. Or if they're on the low side, you're giving them a fake and going towards the middle. So the ability to score both ways, use both hands, right and left. And then, you see here, we're moving to the other side of the floor. Same moves, sealing up the lane, really teach your players to be physical, like we talk about, demand the ball. The passer is going to be way more likely to throw that in there if you're really, really sealing hard and being vocal, demanding that ball. Make it obvious. Make it obvious that you're open, and really, show that body language that you're ready to score. Now in this drill, we will usually have a coach or a manager, somebody that's acting as a defender, because I think that's going to help the offensive player get a better feeling of where to seal and how to seal. So again, a lot of times we'll bring out like a football pad or something that can really make the drill a little bit more physical. And like I said, give the offensive player a better feeling of how to seal, where to seal, and make it more game-like. Again, I think it's hard to work on your post moves if you really don't have a defender or someone there to feel where that seal should happen or feel where that fake should happen. So again, don't be afraid to have somebody out here defending and really giving your players a good look defensively. Now, I think these next set of moves are really important, especially at a young age, to teach post players, because a lot of times the defender will play behind in the post. And so they're not giving the offense, the high side or the low side. So we like to teach our players to face the basket, face up so they can see the defense, they can see where the help side defender is, and it's going to help them go into their moves. Tim Duncan was incredible at this. He's one of the greatest players of all time, and he made a killing just on this ability to face up, be patient, get the defender to make a mistake, and then he had moves he could go to. Obviously, he had the famous bank shot. So again, we'll face up. We'll work on just that straight shot, right? Or, if the player doesn't step up, you can shoot a bank shot. I prefer to use the backboard, as Tim Duncan did, but some players are a little more comfortable just making it a regular jump shot. So again, we work on that baseline foot being the pivot foot. But at the end of the day, you want your players to be comfortable in their pivot and their scoring. I don't think there's one size fit all type of moves. Again, Tim Duncan was able to pivot on any foot and score in any different way. But again, we like the baseline side because then the player can rip baseline, as you see in this move. So they're ripping baseline and they're scoring. If the player steps up and takes away that first shot, they have the ability to rip baseline and create space and score. Then the last move is we're going to add that counter where we fake baseline. We open up and we're going to jab hard baseline, and then we'll go back middle and try to score towards the middle of the lane. So we like to have, your first move is your jumper, the second move is a baseline rip, and then that third move is your ability to fake baseline and come back towards the middle. So it gives the players three options. It gives them the ability to go either way and score in different ways. And again, and be efficient with their dribbles. Like we always talk about, you should be able to score in 1 to 2 dribbles. You shouldn't have to dribble a lot, because if you do, I'm guaranteeing a help side guard or a help side defender is going to come and they're going to slap down on the ball or get a steal because you're dribbling too much. So again, if you have to take 3-4 dribbles to score, it's probably not going to be very efficient. Or maybe you have some shooters around where they're really trying to deny the shooters, but more times than not, you need to be able to score in 1 to 2 dribbles. So again, we'll work on these moves where you are facing. To add some competition, after you work on those post moves, we will play one-on-one in the post. So here again, we will just play your normal make it, take it. If you score, you get to stay on offense. If you stop them as a defender, then you get to go to offense. And again, we're really trying to get them to work on the moves that they just did. So it's a great way to have some teaching points and some coaching points, but really work on your post defense, work on your post offense, scoring and being efficient in your dribbles. And it's a great way to add some competition to a workout. Now we will keep scoring this, and we will try to really make this competitive. So a lot of times we will go first to maybe 4 or 5 points. Everything is worth 1 point. And then again, we'll switch to the other side. But it's a great way to add some competition and some game-like realism to the moves. So again, now it's live and they have to try to score on live defense. So a great thing to add into your workout for a short period of time. Now, the next thing that we will go into is straight into shooting. Like I said, we don't want our bigger kids just to be around the basket or only able to make post moves. As basketball has grown, obviously your bigger guys need the ability to step out and shoot threes. So we will go straight into some type of shooting competition. Here we are going from the top of the key. We're just going 2 teams of 3 with 2 basketballs. And we may set a timer for 2 minutes or 3 minutes where they are just getting a lot of shots up. Again, this is just getting them to shoot some outside shots. It's getting them to be competitive. And it's a great way to, again, reward your guys. Big guys sometimes have a bad rap because, again, they have to set a lot of screens, or maybe a lot of times their back is to the basket and they're playing inside. So again, really work with your guys on outside shooting as well. Especially at a younger age. Just because they're taller at a younger age doesn't mean they're always going to be a post player or need to be inside. They may be a kid that eventually grows into a wing or a guard. So I think it's important to continue to work on their outside shot and really give them, it's almost like a reward in the middle of their workout. Hey, now we're going to work on threes. So again, if it's something that they aren't very good at this moment, it's something that they can continue to improve. It's something that you can continue to coach and really work on with them. But I think the ability to shoot a 3 is just so important in today's game, and it's something that all players can add to their game and work on and improve. Now the next drill we will do is a quick 2-on-1 reaction drill. I think this is a great drill, especially for bigger guys, to make decisions. So they have to make a very quick decision with a 2-on-1. They're driving to the basket. There's one defender at the basket, and then there's another offensive player on the opposite block. So again, very quick decision they have to make. We limit them to one pass. So they either have to score or make a quick one pass, and then that guy has to score. So again, it is a challenge, but it's also really good defensively to work on this, because a lot of times as a bigger guy, you're that rim protector or you're that guy at the basket, and you have to make a really quick decision defensively, and you're trying to stop them from scoring. So it's really a two-way drill that's going to get you to work on offense and defense and quick decisions. So what we do is we have the guy that shoots the layup becomes the defender. So once you shoot it, you become the defender, and two new offensive players hop out there and you play live. And we will go from the left side and the right side on this drill. And now here you see us going on the right wing, where the player is driving with their left hand towards the middle. And again, really working on those left-handed finishes at the rim as well. So a quick, good, challenging drill. I think it's a great way to add some live play to your workout that's going to be game-like, and really work on your decision making. But it's also really good to put the defender in that 2-on-1 situation, because that happens a lot. That happens a lot in basketball, where they are the last line of defense. They're at the basket and they have to try to get a stop. And then the last thing that we will end with is some type of competition. So depending on how many players you have, we like to end with a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3 situation, and just work on some live play. Work on cutting, screening, and playing 3-on-3. It's a good little 5-minute segment that will get your players to really play together. They will work, they will be challenged, and it's a great way to end a workout and continue to make things competitive. But again, I hope these drills are something that can really help you in your practice. Like I said, you only need maybe 4 to 6 players to do something like this. It's something that you could do at the beginning of your practice or the beginning of your workout. That's really going to help improve your post moves, scoring around the basket, and then again, create some competition with your players. Don't be afraid to, again, throw some guards in there. It's always good for them to work on their finishes around the basket. But again, I hope this is something that you can use in your practice, something that you can use in your workouts that will help improve your players. Thanks.